Hey, Darbarian, it's good to hear from you. I'm happy to be here to talk about vampires. So, um, I mean, vampires come from all kinds of different cultures. I mean, even if you just use the the Wikipedia here, or Wikipedia or Britannica, you can just go vampire. Britannica has some good stuff too. But the way, I'm not a guy who hates on Wikipedia, so we can take a look at that as well. But they're a popular legend, right? A creature, often fanged, that preys upon humans, generally by consuming their blood. They have been featured in folklore and fiction in various cultures for hundreds of years, predominantly in Europe, though belief in them has waned in modern times. Obviously, whether you not, I'm not here to whether they're real or not. I'm just here to talk about them. But there's a long history of walking corpses, blood sucking ghouls, and folklore, zombies too, right? It is difficult to pin down the distinct set of characteristics consistently attributed only to vampires. So, central to the myth, right? However, is the consumption of human blood or another essence, right? We have psychic vampires as well that drain your energy or can manipulate minds, because you have vampires that suck blood in shows and books like True Blood, that kind of glamour, right? They can kind of influence a person. Psychic vampires do that like with like direct telepathy in books like Carrion Comfort by Dan Simmons. So you have so you have the general description here as well, right? They live in graves or coffins that needs their native soil. So vampires are typically said to be of pale skin and range in appearance from grotesque to preternaturally beautiful, depending on the tale. Another frequently cited physical characteristic is the inability to cast a reflection or shadow, which often translates into an inability to be photographed or recorded on film. When I went to Transylvania to talk about vampires, I got a good lecture from folks. So just to show you the map, Transylvania, obviously it's in Romania, but this is from our good friend Britannica, right? So Transylvania is a region inside of Romania. When I went there, there was a Romanian that was giving a historian who was giving background on vampires in Romania. And what I noticed is they have a lot of similarities with like the witches in Salem and England, where so he's told it like this: if you had a family and they had five kids and like the fifth kid had red hair, the rest of them had brown, then the red haired kid's a vampire, right? So instead of saying like, oh, someone cheated on someone, or it was like, nope, they're a vampire. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of funny to hear that. You also have the real Dracula of Vlad the Impaler. Is from when Romania and Wallachia were separated. Uh, right, was Vlad Dracula the Impaler, and he's actually a national hero over there in Romania. He kept the Ottomans from, he kind of saved Europe from the Ottoman Empire blasting through here, fought them off. But one of the things he would do is have bodies impaled around all over his town because it scared the crap out of the invading Ottomans. But he is Vlad Dracula, which means son of the dragon, right? So Vlad Tepes, he's was sleeping in a hotel not far from his birthplace. In any case, but with that in mind, there's also really, really scary vampires. So that some people aren't aware of. You have the Striga, right? It's like a vampiric witch from Albanian myth and folklore. It sucks the blood of infants at night while they sleep and then transform themselves into a flying insect. So, I mean, there are some really good artworks of Strigas that are scary as hell. Yeah, they really freak me out. But they're cool. It's that if it scares me, I think it's cool. Then you have the Strigoi, which is in the Romanian trouble spirits that are said to have risen from the grave. They're attributed with abilities to transform into an animal, become invisible, and to gain vitality from the blood of their victims. If you do see The Strain or read the books, the vampire hunter in that is a Romanian Jewish man, and he always refers to them as Strigoi, which I love that line. But yeah, that's just a little bit on vampires, and I'm excited to hear that you're showing Nosferatu, so I hope everything goes well.